Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. I want to share with you a little bit about our language barriers, right? We all know that we have language barriers, but maybe in a different aspect. And I just want to break something down for all of us to understand so we can be able to understand one another when we're talking to one another. Now, I'm not talking about your grammar, honey, because your girl, she ain't got no grammar. I ain't studying that grammar. You know where they got that grammar from. Hmm. Anyway, look, I got my own way of talking, and I ain't getting ready to change it. When I was in school, they had issues with my grammar, and look, but they understood everything I was trying to say. I'm like, don't put me in no book, honey, because I ain't in there. Anyway, back to our language barriers. Our language barriers is not so much because we live in different countries or different cultures. Sometimes just being able to understand one another, and especially those of us that are trying to have a positive or a successful relationship with somebody, and understanding that we do speak different languages. you know it is different. I found out that oh good gracious, in observing men, whew, mm, there are some men who don't like to talk a lot. They don't talk a lot, so you got to pick up everything. You got to just pick up what they're trying to say, because they ain't saying it. You just got to pick it up. Sometimes the silence may be golden, but sometimes the silence is saying a whole lot of things. Just got to listen to them. If you're really, into your partner, male or female, you have to really get into who you're into. That's why I be trying to tell people all the time, look, honey, I'm a full-time job. I'm a full-time job. Sugar, let me tell you something. You cannot be focused on me and two other women at the same time. You're going to lose me now, because I'm full-time. You got to be full-time in now. That part-time stuff, you trying to, oh, well, I'm going to dazzle her for a minute. I'm going to run over here. Nah, because you're going to miss me on something. You're going to forget something along the way. You're going to forget my favorite color. You're going to mess around and buy me something that the other chick likes, and it ain't me. You're going to mess around and say something that the other person says, they enjoy you talking to them like that. You're going to miss something, honey. If you're not full-time into the relationship, you're going to miss something. You got to be invested in. When you're invested into that relationship, honey, you are taking notes. You got to take notes, honey, because you can't remember everything. You got to take notes. You know, Somebody tells this is their favorite food. This they like to go here, whatever it is. A person have allergies. They can't have this, and they can't be around that. All that stuff they're telling you, during the relationship, they are explaining to you who they are, right? Who is that said that when a person tells you who they are, believe them? They're telling you who they are. You just ain't listening. Cause you got too many doors open, honey. You trying to listen to that person, and you trying to decide what you want. You should have decided that before you thought about getting into a relationship. Don't be getting into no relationship and you still on the fence somewhere. Come on, don't waste people's time. Good gracious. Ugh. Especially not Sugars, honey. Cause ooh, she's a whole nother animal, honey. It's not about me now. We talking about people in general. So let's talk about it, honey. First of all, when people are talking or not talking, they are letting you know how they communicate. Communication is everything. A lot of times, what happens to relationships is the breakdown in communication. There's no longer a communication line open. So you just going off of, hopes, wills, and prayers. And you're not talking to one another to figure out what they're really trying to say. And sometimes you don't even care. But now, if you're trying to make this relationship work and you want it to, to be successful, honey, you got to, I'm telling you, you got to be full time in this thing. You listen to everything they're saying. What makes them laugh? You know, Hopefully they have a sense of humor. If they have a sense of humor, you know how to keep them laughing, especially if they like to laugh. A person that likes to be educated. Ooh, good gracious. Them type of people. You better stay in your books, honey. You better know some things. When you start talking to them, you got to keep their mind generated, because they into that thing, right? Person likes to cook. You need to be talking about things. You got to find whatever it takes to keep them aroused, excited, into the relationship. So there's not so much always this communication barrier, or breakdown in the communication, because communication is more than the audible. You're communicating in so many ways to a person, letting them know that they're always on your mind. They in your heart. It ain't just what you're saying every once in a while. You don't wrote down in a text. Because you could be texting somebody, "I love you," while laying with another boo. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your side hustle, whatever them people would be called, whatever they is for you. But anyway, you laying beside one person, texting somebody else, telling them how much you're thinking of them right now. Honey, please. Patterns and honey, those things, some things you cannot hide. You hear me? You can't answer the phone after 7 o'clock at night. Why not? What's going on after 7? You can't answer the phone. You go on dead zone from 7 to 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock, you back saying, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" "Hey, baby, how you doing?" "Where were you at all last night?" For the last 4 nights, you don't never talk after 7 o'clock. Honey, that's a language all by itself. They trying to tell you something. You ain't listening. They told you something, sugar. Things that people tell you. They're telling you things you just ain't paying attention. See, you don't want to believe what they're telling you. Sometimes it's like that, right? You don't want to believe it. I don't think they, I think it's okay. So, especially women. Women have this thing that they're gonna try to fix something. We think we got these projects, people be working on these men, right? Oh, they just had a hard time in life. They've been struggling. This thing has happened to them, and this thing has happened to them. So right now they just going through something, you know what I mean? So they had so you always excusing them. And you keep excusing people for bad behavior. You setting your own self up for the fall. It ain't their fault. You done that. You know, make them get on the come up, honey. Don't be telling me of your hardships. I got my own hardships going on. You know what I'm saying to you. We all got some problems going on now. But now I'm not gonna come in there and just unleash all my problems on you to give you a reason to believe that I don't have time to invest all the way in you because I got all these problems. Then what you should be doing, Jenny girl, is not trying to look at a relationship because you got all them problems. Don't be trying to come in and throw a whole lot of problems on somebody else. I mean, that's in general. I mean, some of y'all want people's problems. You think you're a psychiatrist, a counselor, and the magic man and the sugar honey, that you want to take everybody's problems and, go for what you know. I mean, but in general, straighten that stuff out first. Get all that stuff together. So we can understand one another. I didn't come in here to fix your life. You know, and somebody told me one day, I don't know, said, I looked at your picture and I said, that's the kind of woman I want based on a picture. Now you think you talking to some child somewhere you done picked up somewhere on the streets or something. I don't know who you think you talking to. Then they got, when I kept on talking, you're a classy lady, you blah, blah, blah. Boy, bye. What you trying to tell me? Because see, I heard what you said. I read between lines real good. What you trying to say? I look like somebody that can help take care of you. Miss me on that one. I'm not here to take care of you, honey. Look, that is not my job. I am not the woman who brought you into this world. All right? I'm not her. I'm not here to take care of you. Oh, no, honey. Mm-mm. You want to know what all I got? You better count your own little assets up. You feel what I'm saying to you? You know. Are you listening? Because people talking to you, honey. You know. I like to come and see you. Come and see me for what? We ain't look. We have not even established a relationship. What you doing? Coming to see me, and there's no relationship started yet. That sound like needy, desperate, hungry, all kinds of stuff going on. I don't like it. Now that's me. You might be excited that somebody wants to come see you, honey. It don't excite me. Somebody want to come see me. I can come see my own self. You hear me? You meet somebody. Now this is me. This is just Jenny Oya talking. You meet somebody today, and they talk about, yeah, I'm gonna come. I want to come by. I won't. No, I ain't asked you nothing. Telling you, yeah, I might have to take me a trip to come and see you tomorrow. Come and see who tomorrow? I have no idea who you are. Don't know you from a grain of sand. And you ain't coming to see me. I don't know you. Don't know what you're trying to bring to me. Don't know who you're trying to bring to me. Mm-mm. Look, and if I gave you the impression, baby, that I was hungry, in need of a man, allow me to apologize to you right now, because it is far from, honey, far from being true, honey. Trust me. Trust me on it, honey. Look at me all day, up and down. Honey, I'm not, no. Mm-mm. No. And when you get in a relationship, if you decide to move forward in one, you establish those daggone grounds, you establish, you know, barriers, whatever it is you want to. This is where we going. This is where we ain't. You know, I heard a man said he came into a relationship. He said, "Look, I'm not looking for this. I'm not ready for that." When he tells you that, take him on what he just said. Don't be thinking, well, I'll give him some time because I'll show him once he meet me. I'll show him, honey. Let me tell you something. I don't care how well you can butter your biscuits. If he said he ain't ready to settle down, you can butter your biscuits, honey, inside out. He gonna show you something, and then when he gets done showing it to you, you're gonna be mad. Wow, I done gave myself all to you. I poured my life up to you, and he gonna look at you and say, "I told you from the beginning, I was not ready for that kind of a commitment." You can't get mad with nobody when they tell you. Am I right? Right? You shouldn't have a language barrier. A language barrier sometimes just comes into the fact where I'm trying to tell you who I am, what I enjoy, what I don't like, where I want to be, where I am right now. This is what I'm telling you. And you are trying to tell me what you feel like I need to have, which is you. Mm. All right. Yeah, each your own. Language barriers. Another language barrier is when somebody tells you, like females, a lot of us women, we have this phrase we use from time to time, like okay, all right then. Okay was not a period; it was a comma. You just didn't see it. All right was not a period; it was a comma. Still, you didn't see it. Okay just meant okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, and I just want to feel we're gonna. Okay, that's all it was. It was not an agreement. It was not that that we're gonna do exactly what you just said. Nah, the okay meant okay if that's how you feel. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. I mean, it was definitely you didn't see them extra words that went with that, but there sure was one there, honey. And listening to people, and if you're into them, that's what I'm talking about now, honey. You got to be in full time in a relationship. You can't be in and out, halfway spitting, and part time and temporary, all that. Oh my goodness. You ain't ready for no relationship. Same thing with a man. All them gruntles they be doing. All that noise he be making. He's saying a whole lot of stuff. I listen to my son sometimes. He be talking. I'm talking to him. He go. I heard everything he said when he did it. Everything he just said. I said so you gonna go do such a thing? He didn't say a word, but you hear what he just said. All that was full conversation. And I've been with him long enough to know when he's talking. And it's just through a grunt. And men do it all the time. When they grunt, all that. Oh, that's conversation. You need to break that daggone language barrier, honey, and understand when they're talking to you so you can be tuned into it. Isn't it all right? Anyway, I'm just trying to help you out, honey. To those that want it, my little layback time, I just try to, it comes to my mind, honey, because somebody always want to, they try to experiment, and see how far can they get with you. You know, they see something, mm, he looked like somebody I might want to be involved with. Oh, she's like, she carried herself. And it's okay. You need to look that way. You need to look inviting. You need to look friendly. You need to look like your light is shining. You need to look like, you are open and available if that's what you are now. Don't be looking open and available. You locked in now. But all those things they see, they should be seeing that. But then they should also know whether or not if they're ready to get into that kind of relationship based on where they are. You know, people want to get into something and know they ain't nowhere close to being ready to be in that kind of relationship. You trying to talk to somebody that's stable, got their life together, living up there on Beverly Hills somewhere, and you chugga bugging around here talking about, yeah, that's what I want. Well, good luck to you. You know you got some work to do, right? If you trying to get that status, you got some work to do. Well, it ain't all about some people. It ain't, but most people it is. Ain't nobody gonna keep coming down, honey, off of what they got just to meet you down where you are because you ain't not willing to put no work in. But now that's just Jenny O y'all talking. Do whatever you want to do. But if you took out years of your life to build your empire, your kingdom, your queendom, your palace, your worthwhile lifestyle, you built that now. You struggled. You did the hours. You put in the time and the tears. Now you finally got yourself established. Credit good. You riding around nicely. You're living nicely. You got a little bit of style going on. You got a little bit, what I mean, got a little swag. Everything's, laid up. You are comfortable in your life. Now, when you say you're looking for somebody now, you need to be thinking about what you're looking for. Because some people just want to come in and get everything you got and ain't willing to put anything in, to help you keep it, you know. And I'm just so sorry as I can be, honey. But I told my children, honey, when we meet, whoever, what he got is his. What I got is mine. What we build together is ours. So I ain't trying to eat off what he had before he met me. I don't want him eating off what I got before I met him. And what we're going to build together is what we're going to go for from this day on. This is where we're going to go. That's just Jenny. Oh, yeah. You can do what you want. Well, whatever's his, mine. Well, let him do it. And then whatever his is, hers is yours. Honey, go for what you know. I'm just speaking for Jenny. Oh, yeah. Right? This that I built is before you and any of your hard work. This is what I have. This that I built and I have, my children will eat off that. What you built, your children, your family, whoever you got it laid out for, is going to, that's theirs. I ain't trying to, I ain't fighting, honey, I ain't fighting about his children, honey. I ain't fighting with not one person's child about stuff. My daddy had that. Honey, I ain't fighting with you or your daddy over stuff. Stuff? Please. I'm saying, and I'm going to get off here now. What your daddy got, whatever he built before me, and he already told y'all that's y'all's, honey, y'all can have that. Sugar ain't hungry. She ain't hungry. She ain't desperate, and she's not in need. Trust me on that now. So, y'all can have that. Like I'm gonna keep mine. Now, me and him, the king, getting ready to start something. We gonna build from here. You know what I'm saying? There we are. And then this that we have, your children nor mine should be talking about. Well, I know one thing. When my mama leave here, that's gonna be. My kids can't say nothing, and yours won't either, because this is what we got. And then what we choose to do, what you have is gonna go to me, and what I have gonna go to you. If one of us happen, to leave the other ahead of time. And other than that, the chips fall where they may. But honey, that should not be a language barrier on that. We should understand this stuff. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody mad, honey, about that. That's just real talk. It's real, right? And you should have those kind of conversations. That way nobody get lost in it later on. And thinking that they in when they ain't never got in. I've seen some things happen, honey, people when they leave here and somebody thought they were going to get it and your name ain't nowhere on that stuff. Anyway. Thank you so much for your time. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. It is so beautiful out here. The wind is blowing so pretty. Trees are already changing the colors. It is so beautiful. I hear my wind chimes going. Y'all hear them? Ain't it pretty? You know, I love that sound. Bells, like they signify things for us. You have a fabulous day. Let your light forever shine. You be awesome, honey. Know that great things are coming your way. Stick up for what you know. Jenny, oh, y'all, nuggets and things. I love you. Blessings.